Hello guys, so welcome back to my channel. And for you home economics homeschool students and home economic even adults that are part of our home economics course, welcome back. Previous video in this no nonsense Forex or NNFX series regarding to the SSL hybrid was going over the exit arrows, and I was telling you how to use the exit arrows as possible entry signals as well. So if you have not caught that video, go back and watch that video first, the SSL hybrid exit arrow video, before you watch this video. That way you can just follow along in the proper order and everything will make sense. Okay. All right, so now let's talk about how to further confirm these signals within the SSL hybrid. So I'm going to turn on, and remember these arrows, I said that the exit arrow. So the exit buy is actually a sell signal. So this is an exit buy, and the exit sell is a buy signal. Again, if you are confused, you will need to go to the previous video. All right, so now let me double click and let's turn on the SSL2. Now, the SSL2 was originally designed. So let me double click on this again. Let me show you something. So SSL2 is actually a continuation. Was for this particular indicator, SSL hybrid. It's a continuation. All right. So, and I'm going to show you what I mean. Watch these dots. So if you want to see, what, if you can't understand like what is the purpose or you don't know what it is, go back to the settings and kind of play around with the settings and see how things change. So to prove you that it's a continuation, see continuation type, it has the word SSL2 continuation. I'm going to change the length of it and just watch the dots change. So let's say I make it a 50. See how the dots change? The dots are really aligned. Okay, let's say I make it a 15. It changed again. So I'm going to put it back on 5. It's a moving average. And there it is, right? So now, proof to you that it is and actually was meant to be used as a continuation. And I can show you in a separate video, or we'll see in this video. Depends on how much time I have left, because I'm trying to keep these videos definitely under 10 minutes, right? So now let's talk about how I said you can use it as further confirmation. So now let's say you get this arrow, right? This arrow telling you to buy. I want you to notice where the continuation dots are, where this SSL2 line is. When I tell you to buy, when it says buy, the dot is below, right? And then when price is moving up, every day the dot is actually following below. Now, once you get a sell signal, what happens to the dot? It flips to the other side, right? It seems to flip to the other side, and then it stays above price when it is selling. So let me pull this in. Let me see if I can find something that's like, yeah. So as you see, selling, right? And if you notice, you got that signal, exit the buy, exit the long position. So we say, look at it as a sell signal. The dot has come above this candle, so which means it has crossed this point, and now the dot is trailing above, trailing, right? It's trailing this candle and it's sitting above the candle, right? And then it hits the candle, as you see. So we're talking about continuation now. It actually hits the candle and then it keeps selling, right? It hits the candle and then it keeps selling in this particular case. Now, if it hits the candle and crosses it, so let's say price is sitting here. Let's say it's sitting here and it crosses it, it pops below and then it starts buying again. When it crosses this line, this is a line, when price crosses it, it starts selling. It flips. So it's actually flipping. So how do we use it as further confirmation? We do just that. When you are getting ready to enter, we see the sell signal. What makes the selling valid, or what makes the signal valid, you want to have the dot to be near that arrow on that side. You don't want it on the opposite side. If the dot is on the opposite side, as in this case here, so I'm just randomly choosing spots, but you see how we have a sell arrow here, but look at the dot, it's sitting here. Yeah, it did sell a little bit, but not for long. It actually turned around and reversed. All right. And we're trend traders. We want to get in a trend. So even though we could have taken it and caught a sale, sometimes it's going to actually work against you. You're going to find that we could have caught a sale, but it actually did not flip and cross below this thing. It actually pulled above it. Okay. And so even though it sold one candle, the next day it started pulling back immediately. And you could have potentially lost this trade. Very high chance. It's on the wrong side. So you would stay out of this thing until you get a signal that tells you, one of your signals that tells you to get back in it. And so you buy, and you're not trailing yet, by the way. So you're not even knocked out this trade yet, but you keep going. So this SSL2 is very beneficial in to confirm this sell entry. Okay. Now I didn't talk about it necessarily as a continuation, and I also didn't talk about it as a possible trailing stop. But you could possibly use, now this isn't no nonsense forex recommendation. They say use 1.5 ATR. Um, and that's fine. That's not a bad thing. You'll see when I put it on here. I find with SSL Hybrid, this actually gets me out of the trade at a better price. So sometimes the exit arrow will get me out. Sometimes, because sometimes this may sit a little higher and exit arrow say get out here. So if the exit arrow says get out before this does, before it hits your stop, then if you're trailing at this point, then hey, get out then. But if not, wait for this to be hit once you start trailing. So I'll put it all together and show you that. But for the purpose of this video, it was to show you that before you actually take this as a serious valid signal, or even before you enter, make sure the dot is on the right side of the trade and you'll have more success. All right, guys, that's it for this video. The next video, I'm going to throw in the baseline, and then we will go over that, and then I'm going to actually, at some point, you will see me combine it all together, and you will see how we can use this almost as a complete system. It's not complete in itself, but almost. Thank you for your time. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe so you can be notified when I release the next video in this series, and also you can be notified when I open up the classroom to the public. Thank you for your time, guys, and hopefully I'll see you in the classroom. Bye now.